That is much more like it from Manchester City. After the last two games, they won. Leeds and then Fulham in midweek. Look, they were great wins in terms of the 3 points, but I came away from both of them less than convinced about Manchester City's actual credentials if they wanted to win the title based on those two performances. Because in both games, they accrued heavy leads. They seemed to be in positions of complete power and control. But then the second half, the ugly side of City reared its head, and slowly but surely, they allowed the other team to creep back into the game. And it was only a Phil Foden last-minute winner against Leeds and a Gvardiol clearance off the line that stopped them from two very, very embarrassing performances. However, they got the 3 points in both those games. But following today, Arsenal losing earlier, the stage was set for Manchester City to be able to claw back the deficit at the top of the table to 2 points, but also right the wrongs of the past few games and assert themselves as the Man City we know. And today, they did that. Sunderland are no slouches. Not at all. They've had a fantastic season. They've claimed some really big scalps along the way. They just drew to Liverpool. They nearly grabbed the winner towards the end. Sunderland have been a tricky opposition for anybody. And against City, look, I thought this was going to be a much more competitive game than it actually was. But Man City did what they did. First half, Ruben Dias channeling his inner Vincent Kompany with a strike from distance. Yes, it took a deflection, skimmed the head of Ballard, but flew into the back of the net. And then Gvardiol, similar to his goal against Leeds, rises highest off the set piece and sends City 2-0 ahead into the break. But look, for me, as impressed as I was about the first half, I was skeptical. For me, it was all about the second half. We've seen City have great first halves the last two games, but the second half, the minute a bit of adversity happens, shit hits the fan, and they don't know how to react. This game, for me, was huge in terms of City putting in a solid, mature performance and building on their lead rather than trying to maintain it. And look, there were some scary moments, right? Xhaka hits the post from distance. Isidore off a poor pass from Diaz back, goes one-on-one, but hits it straight at Donnarumma. There were moments where you thought, oh, see, if City concede there, they might be in trouble. It feels a bit familiar to the last two games, but the goals didn't go in and City kept their cool. I think a big reason for it is Phil Foden. I think these last 3 games, although City haven't played at their best, they've gotten the results. And I think a big reason for it is Phil Foden. Now, 3 games ago, we looked at City's top scorers in the league, and it was Erling Haaland at the top on his own with what, 13, 14 goals? And the second highest scorer in the Premier League for City with 1. 3 games later, and all of a sudden now, the top scorers for Man City in the Premier League looks a whole lot more healthy. The question all season is, if Haaland's not scoring, who will carry the boats? Who will hold the burden of responsibility from an attacking point of view? Phil Foden, in the last 3 games, 2 goals against Leeds, including the winner, 1 in midweek against Fulham, and then 1 today. Phil Foden has been absolutely fantastic during this run. And it wasn't just the goals for me, right? In terms of even his overall performances, the guy is absolutely everywhere. He's stringing passes together, keeping the midfield intact. Honestly, Phil Foden, these last 3 performances, has returned to the Phil Foden that, when he's at his best, is undoubtedly one of the best players in this league. And they need him. Manchester City need Phil Foden because despite his age, he is still one of the senior guys in this team. He's one of the few players that has experience of winning league title after league title after league title. He's one of the guys that knows what it takes when December comes around, when January comes around, 3 games a week. How do you keep the distance? How do you keep pace with top of the league? How do you put together a run of unbeaten games? Phil Foden has been in the situation a million times. They needed him in this run to actually provide, and he has done so in abundance. So I think if Man City has anywhere to look for these last 3 games and winning all 3 of them, Phil Foden, thank him. He has risen. But speaking of Phil Foden's goal, right? You didn't actually think I would go this video without talking about him. He's so damn good, man. He's so damn good. Rayan Cherki, man. This is what you call genius. This is what you call genius. Throughout this season, Cherki's had moments of magic, but I kept telling you guys, it's cute. Honestly, the headed pass into Haaland's feet for the Bournemouth goal, it's cute. The nice little goal against, who was it, in the Champions League the other day, it was cute. I know Rayan Cherki. I know Rayan Cherki better than anyone, man. I watched this guy continuously for Lyon over the last few seasons. I know what greatness looks like for this guy. That was all cute. I've been waiting from Rayan Cherki to see genius. We're not here for cute. We're not here for nice. We're not here for we're here for genius. This is what you pay the price of admission for. Genius! Rayan Cherki picks up the ball on the right-hand side, looks his defenders in the whites of his eyes, squares him up, cuts in, cuts out, then cuts back in before Rabonaing it on his right foot perfectly into Phil Foden's path to score a header. It is just flat out ridiculous. You want to talk about ball mastery? You want to talk about technical brilliance? This is what this guy provides, man. What left foot, right foot? It doesn't matter. He's got the ball on a string, man. The ball is like, it just listens to him, bro. Anywhere on the pitch he wants to put it, no matter what foot he's on, no matter how far away his player is, he will find you. He keeps talking in his interviews about, I want to give the fans pleasure. I want to give the players pleasure. Are you not pleased? Are you not pleased? Are you not entertained? This guy is an artist, man. He is an absolute artist. And what I love about Rayan Cherki is, and he's admittedly this, he's old school. He's not a player too fussed about the goals or the assists. He just wants to get on the pitch and have fun and put on a show and entertain. That's my kind of player, and it's why I'm so high on Rayan Cherki every single time the name gets brought up. This guy's a boss, man. Seriously, he's an artist, and that foot of his is the paintbrush, bro. That goal right there, he splattered his paintbrush all over the canvas, and what you got today is the Mona Lisa. Phil Foden's goal is the Mona Lisa. It's unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Seriously, Rayan Cherki. Oh, man. And this game today was flat out ridiculous. He had one instance as well, too, where, again, on the right-hand side, cuts in, cuts out, and then puts a delightful pass directly into Erling Haaland's feet. He fails to score. There was one at the end as well, too. He nearly scores. Then he passes it into the path of Reinders for an open goal. He doesn't score. It's just a joke, man. It's just a joke. I mean, what are we doing here, bro? What are we doing here? They're still trying to compare Rayan Cherki to midfielders with 1/10 the amount of his quality. Please. Please. It is offensive. It is offensive trying to see Rayan Cherki get compared to your... Leave it, bro. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. On the topic of Erling Haaland, though, right? Look, it's another game where Erling Haaland's not at his greatest. But guys, City fans, this is what you want. This is what you need to see. What does the team look like when Erling Haaland is... I don't want to say struggling, right? Because for any other player, not scoring in 3 games, or scoring 1 in 4, which is what Haaland has done. It's not the end of the world, right? Scoring 1 in 4. It's for most strikers, that's normal. For Erling Haaland, his standards are so high that we look at it as like a run. Oh my God. Haaland hasn't scored in 1 in 4 games? Oh my goodness, the world is ending. What's going on? That's the level, that's the standard that he's set for himself. And anything that gets even below that, we look at him like he's gone crazy. But realistically, it's not the end of the world. However, for Haaland and the City team, who, like we said, before the last 3 games, had the second top scorer on 1 goal, it was key to see, can this team respond and can they stay afloat when Haaland's inevitable rut ends up happening? And they have done so. So for me, this Haaland rut isn't a problem. First and foremost, because we know he's going to get out of it, right? Haaland, his goal scoring rate is crazy. He's got Madrid in midweek. I think he's going to score against them. He'll be okay, right? But I think it's hugely important that in moments where Haaland isn't scoring, guys can step up. And this 3-game run, I think Foden has stepped up. Gvardiol's grabbed 2 goals. Cherki today massively stepped up. That's what City need. Doku today had a really good game despite not ending up on the goal sheet. I thought he was fantastic today. That's what City need. Now, on the conversation of the title race. Like I said after the Arsenal game, it is interesting. I did not like the game City played against Fulham and Leeds whatsoever. Not at all. I came out of both of them saying if they continue playing like that, there is 0% chance that they will win the title. Which is why today they haven't played like that, and I'm a lot more optimistic about them. When you look at the table and the fact that to this point, City really haven't played their best football ever. They haven't flashes, but they sit 2 points behind Arsenal. It's interesting. That's all I'm going to say. It is interesting. That's all I'm going to say, man. That's interesting. Like what I keep saying about City. They intrigue me. I'm intrigued. I'm just sitting back and I'm intrigued. Let's see what they have for us. I'm all for a competitive title race. My least favorite thing I keep saying is one team running away with it. Last season, what Liverpool did, it sickened me as a Premier League fan. Forget about United fan. It sickened me as a Premier League fan. I want to see 2 teams, 3 teams going at it until the last 3 games of the season. That's what I want to see. So I hope City can carry on this form and continue winning games and put pressure on Arsenal, because I don't want to see Arsenal run away with it. I don't want to see City run away with it either. That sucked too. Let's see the best go up against each other. That's competition. But Man City today, wow. Back to their best, I think. Back to their best. This game could have genuinely ended up 6, 7, 8 goals for Man City in their favor if a few guys could finish. I mean, Marmoush at the end, right? He gets sent through like 2 different times by Nico Gonzalez, who fantastic today, by the way. Nico Gonzalez, fantastic. But yeah, on a different day, they could have scored 8. But today is all about Foden and Cherki. And you know what I loved about them today as well too, right? My 2 man of the matches. But I loved when Cherki plays that delightful pass and Foden finishes it away. Foden, first and foremost, celebrates like a fan, which of course he is a Man City fan, so that makes sense. But even more so than that, he celebrates like he just saw something he would pay the admission fee for, right? He is like, wow, I just got to see that. I'm just the lucky one that gets to finish it away. But then even after, he's looking at Cherki to the fans and he's saying, that's all him. That's all him. These two have a synergy. They have a chemistry that you can't teach, right? This is what the best players in the world do. The best technicians, ballers, they want to play with each other, man. There's so much conversation in preseason about, oh, Foden's trying to outdo Cherki, or they're trying to show off because they feel threatened by each other. Absolutely not, bro. Ask Foden who his favorite player to play with in the Man City team is. I would bet money he says Cherki. And if you ask Cherki, I'd bet money he says the same. It's just like not the same quality. Messi and Iniesta, man. They love Messi and Neymar. They love playing with each other, man. The best players in the world want to play with the best players in the world. What we're seeing right now with Cherki and Foden today, I think is a sign of things to come, man. Honestly, two of the most technically gifted players in the game, flat out, period. But for Man City, the 3 points, 3 wins in a row now, and they're in touching distance of Arsenal. Last few weeks, last few months, Arsenal have been driving down that highway, full speed, 80, 90 miles an hour. They haven't seen anyone in their rearview mirror until now. Now they look up. Who is that? Hey, man, it's Man City. And you know what they say? Objects in the mirror may be closer than they appear. All I'm saying, man. We'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace.